Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit since I made a video, but today I'm going to make a video on a CFMoto ZForce 950H OEX, and we're actually replacing the seal for the water pump and to stop the weeping on the water pump. Sorry, had a little bit of a brain fart there. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to remove the 6 bolts that is holding the water pump housing on, and also remove the tube here. Whenever you pull that off, the first thing you're going to be met with is going to be the water pump plastic wheel. Remember, this is reverse thread. Do not try to take it off like a normal bolt that you're trying to loosen. It is reverse thread. If you try to take it off, you're going to over tighten it. You're going to crack your impeller for the water pump. Once you have that all out and taken care of, the next thing you're going to be removing is this piece here. And unfortunately, it is going to come out in several pieces of metal. What I recommend is going to Harbor Freight, spending $39 on their 2-pound seal slide hammer to be able to do this job and get it done effectively. It's pretty straightforward, but getting these pieces out is a real pain in the butt. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera angle and show you what we're looking at here and what it looks like. Okay, I'm back with you here. So the piece that you're going to be faced with whenever you first take off the water pump is going to be this guy right here. What makes this hard and difficult to get out is whatever type of this blue stuff that you can see on here. And this just basically sits on there. It is wedged in there. One thing that I am going to recommend after doing this, you have to be careful because this shaft right here is larger on this end than what this end is. And when you go to take and put the seal on, you have to be careful because the seal will flip. And what I mean by that is the lips on the inside of the seal that seals around the shaft, I know that sounds perverted, but it will flip on you. You have to make sure that you push it on. Make sure that your shaft is lubed up really well. So whenever you go to put that seal on there and you pop it on, make sure you drag the seal backwards to make the lips pop back inside the seal. So the seal will actually seal around the shaft, this shaft here. The other way that you can do this is drain your engine oil out of it. You can pull this side cover off, and you can be able to remove this shaft from the other side and pull it out of the gear, and then you don't have to worry about flipping the lips. If you're gonna do this and you're gonna do it with this cover still on, then I'm gonna recommend that you buy more than one seal because you may mess up the first seal. These seals, they're a pain to get out. But this portion here, you will take and you will put in, you have to make sure that this is perfectly started to seat. And you're gonna have to use something to drive that seal in with. One thing that I use is I use a socket to be able to drive that on and get it back over this shaft. I think that it would be easier to do removing the whole outer cover. Because that sits there and then your water pump wheel goes there. Remember again, this is reverse thread. Whenever you go to take it off, make sure you take it off the correct way because if not, you will break it because this thing looks really brittle. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna seat this piece back in there and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we have this back on there, and basically what I did was I started it on the shaft there. I used a 1-inch socket and a 1/2-inch socket. So once you slide this on, this fits tight around this shaft here. So you will have to use the 1/2-inch socket with an extension and tap this back over the shaft. That gets you back over the shaft where it needs to be. Then all you're going to do is you're going to take your 1-inch socket, fits perfect right there, and then you're just going to tap and seat the back piece. Once that is seated, you're done. Now it's time to go back through with reassembly. If anybody has any questions on how to do this, what needs to be done, or you get stuck, just feel free to reach out to us. We will go ahead and help you as much as possible. It's a fairly simple job if you have the right tools. Not having the right tools to be able to do this is going to be a real pain in the butt. So I didn't have that seal puller, so I actually had to run out and grab that seal puller to be able to get that and get that taken care of. So that's our short video on how to change the water pump seal to hopefully help stop the dripping that comes out of this tube here. Technically you shouldn't have any drippage, but you know, it's the design of the engine. I think there's a little bit of a design flaw there. You can tell whenever you have this back all the way, this spring actually pushes in. This is spring loaded there on that shaft, just so you know. This is spring loaded, but once you get that seated in there, it's in there, it's not coming back apart. So if you have any questions, reach out to us at crawlworks.net or send us a message on our Facebook page and we can help you out. Thanks. Make sure that if you like our videos, you click the subscribe button. We appreciate everybody who follows.